Happy Christmas in July! Tonight I'm going to show you how to create a Christmas card using the Fancy Fold Easel Card design with the pretty poinsettia photopolymer stamp set and dies. And we'll make the poinsettias out of the PASTELS SHIMMER Specialty Designers paper. Hi, I'm Joan and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I created this video for Joan's Simple Papercrafts found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a few seconds to turn the camera down and we'll get started. And here's that Fancy Fold Easel card. Stands up like this. And on the inside, we have the most wonderful time of the year. We use the pretty poinsettia, the Christmas joy, the most wonderful time of the year. For the poinsettia, we use these dies. We use this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and then these two. Just about every die there. And then for the Christmas joy, we used this die and this die. So let me get those out. So that's the third largest from this set of dies and the fourth largest. And what I like to do is do the stamping first, and we'll have to do some die cutting for that. And we'll do the inside stamping as well. So let me bring up our die cutter. And the pattern we're going to use is this one here. The number 1 plate, which is this plate here. The number 2 plate. Then we'll put our paper in there. That's going to be the larger one. And we're going to use a piece that's cut at 2 3/4 by 4 inches, or that's going to be 7.0 centimeters by 10.2 centimeters. We'll just put this on here and crank that out. Then we need our piece of basic white, and that's going to be a piece that's cut at 2 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches, and I have a piece that's longer than that. I'm just using some scrap. Same pattern. So we're going to take this, and that's what we need to stamp. And I'm going to bring in our pad here. Here's our Versamark. And I'm just moving it back and forth. Make sure we don't have any divots there. Need to get my head in here just to make sure I've got it centered right. Get rid of these little dots here. Okay. Then we're just going to bring in our gun. So when I heat this up in the back, that's going to heat the front part as well, and then I'm just going to bring it to the front to finish it off. And you see it's getting glossy. That's so cool. done. And then I'm going to do the inside of the card. We want a piece that's cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So 10.2 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters. And then we're just going to do this one. That's most wonderful time of the year. This pad adds a little cushion. I don't know if you remember our red rubber stamps, how they were much thicker, and we didn't need to have that extra padding. This adds some padding to get a more true image when we stamp. I'm just going to close that, and then we can bring in our copper powder again. And I forgot to do that powder to prevent all the flecks to stick to the paper. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. I got this brush here. Okay. This is that powder. It's called Ecstatic, and it's in our catalog. And you just rub it on there, knock off the excess, and then you can use the stamp without having the static electricity pull in the extra powder. Let's bring in that heat gun again. We'll do the back side. It's starting to curl, so I'm just going to go on the front. Alright, it looks good. Okay, we don't need any of these tools anymore. And we're going to bring in our Stampin' scrub, and we'll clean those stamps off. I'm just going to spray it with our Stampin' Mist. And this side has a raindrop in it, so that's going to be the wet side. And this has a sunbeam, so this will stay dry. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in our tools here that we need. We're going to use our glue. This is our Tombow Mono Liquid Glue, and I have it in this glue gun right here. This is a My Sweet Petunia glue gun. It's not a Stampin' Up product, and you can't order it from Stampin' Up. I have a link in my description below if you want to order one of these. And I have this glue inside of here. And it has this nice holder. I don't know if you see that pad there. It's right here. That will pinch this off while I'm stamping and keep the glue fresh so that it keeps working. I'm going to finish this here. I'm going to take this, and I don't have Barely Blush pen, but I have an old bubble bath, and I thought that would work really well since this paper is bubble bath. So let me just take this and just fill this in. Then we can just go ahead and put some glue on the back of this. And I'm going to bring in our silicone mat so that I don't get our work surface all dirty. I'm barely squeezing, and look at how much glue is coming out. And I'm just going to line that up there. Pretty good. Then we'll take a piece of Pool Party cut at 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, or 10.8 centimeters by 27.9 centimeters, and we scored it at 5 1/2 inches or 14 centimeters. And we're just going to fold that along that score line, and then we're going to burnish it with our bone folder. And I like to burnish it on both sides so it gives it a nice crisp edge. And let's go ahead and glue this inside of here right away. And we want to leave 1/8 of an inch for a border on all 4 sides. Then we're going to take that piece of BARELY Blush, and we need to cut this down to 4 inches by 10 inches. So let me get my trimmer up here. So my trimmer has this arm on here, so that'll allow me to cut this piece very easily. It's a retractable arm, and there's measurements that go up as far as 17 1/4 inches or 43.8 inches. And let's see, we need 10 inches right now. Then we need to cut this at 4 inches. And that's going to be 4 inches or 10.2 centimeters, and then we had 10 inches, which was 25.4 centimeters, and we need to score it at 5 1/4 inches. So let me get this back out here. 5 1/4. So again, this is our scoring blade. That's the light tan one. And then we also need it at 7 5/8. So this trimmer comes with 2 blades on here. This is the scoring blade, this is the trimming blade, but I add a 3rd one, which is marked glitter, because when I cut glitter or foil paper, it dulls it. So when this was dull, I went and put it on here as a glitter blade. So we're going to score this at that score line, which was 5 1/4, and we're going to just burnish it with our scoring tool, and then we're going to fold this one here this way, and we'll burnish that with our scoring tool. Then we can go ahead and glue this on here. I'm just going to double check before we go any farther. Sometimes there's little burrs on here, and I just want to knock those off. I think I got them. And then we want to leave 1/8 of an inch for a border on all 4 sides. Then we can put this on here. I think we're going to do that with dimensionals. We didn't do it on this first one, but I think the dimensionals will make it look a lot nicer, don't you? So let's go ahead and grab these. Do one there. And just want to get that on there centered. So we're basically touching the very edges there. This hangs over like a hair on the top and the bottom. Okay, then we got to do our center, this part. We need a piece of basic white, 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/8 inches, or that's 9.9 centimeters by 13 centimeters. On that, we're going to glue our die cuts. We're going to die cut from our pastel shimmers. The colors are Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, and Pool Party. We'll start with the Bubble Bath. Then we need to do our Lemon Lolly. And last, we're going to do the Pool Party. And when I cut these, I made these 2 3/4 inches, and that would be 7 centimeters. And then I just used the whole 12 inches of it. So you probably need just about 3 3/4 inches. So that would be 9.5 centimeters. I think that's it. So let me take this down. And then we're just going to take your pick tool and just poke these out. There's one. Let's get these glued together before we put them on this white sheet of paper. So let's glue this one. So first we did the largest poinsettia, and then the second from smallest poinsettia. And then we did the largest center, and then the smallest center. And we're just going to turn that a little bit. And we'll do the same thing to this one. I think I need to get that out here somewhat. Okay, so let's get these together here. I think that's going to work like that. So we'll go ahead. And we're just going to put it about halfway up each leaf there. And then this one. Again, halfway up. I think we're going to do this one like about here. And then we can put this in here yet. Yes, like that. And this we want to glue down completely. I'm just going to lift this up a little bit. Let that be under there yet. And I've got a little bit of tackiness there, so I'm just going to take it off with my glue eraser. Right there it is. Let's put some glue on the back of this. Then we're going to glue it down, leaving 1/16 of an inch for a border on all four sides. And we're just going to open it up this way and just use our bone folder to finish that up. Don't want to catch those edges of the flower petals. I think we are done. So this one we did with dimensionals, and they're not going to stay on this without having any paper behind them. I hope you liked this project as much as I did. Why don't you give it a try? Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, would you do me two favors? Click the thumbs up emoji, which means you like it. Would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Mark your calendars. I'll be back next Sunday, July 12th at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we'll be doing another Christmas in July. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.